Okay, y'all, right here, I got one of those blue chargers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to take some alcohol and clean it up really well. And then I'm going to sand it with a 400 grit sandpaper. I don't want to, like, take the paint off of it or nothing, just scuff it up. And then I'm going to take this beautiful tissue paper from the DIY Struggle, and look at this little birdhouse and this little bird. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm going to use every bit of this stuff like constant. But I'm just going to lay it down on my plate there and take my finger, my charger, I'm sorry, and run it around it. And then I take my, what is that thing called? It's not called a wet brush, my water pen. Oh, sorry. And just go around that inside of that charger to know where I can just go ahead and tear my paper out just like that. And then, of course, I'm going to tear my paper out just like that. Excuse me. And then I'm going to take white Adirondack, and I'm going to give it 2 coats. And then I'm going to take my number 4 TDS paintbrush, not paintbrush, Mod Podge fan brush. Anyway, y'all need to. I am so sold on using those fan brushes for Mod Podge now. It's insane. I love it. Anyway, I'm just going to put down, on half of my charger, a very thin coat of Mod Podge, and take my finger and put it down, just rub it down lightly. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the other half now. It's like anyway, you don't get a whole lot, and I mean, it goes on thin, you don't have big blobs. Anyway, I'm just going to take a piece of parchment paper here and just rub out the wrinkles on my paper. And, well, not rub out wrinkles, just that, but make sure that it's all down really well. And after it dries, I'm going to go ahead and give it another light coat of Mod Podge to seal it in. Isn't that so pretty? Anyway, I know. I hope if you're new here, I didn't scare you to death. Today's Just Our Imagination Challenge. Anyway, if I got any extra, like, I just went ahead and wiped that off. Yeah, because I didn't want, okay. Anyway, and then I'm going to take my, well, okay, I was trying to find a center. Of course, I don't put it on exactly, where one of those lines would be and make it easier for myself. So I had to take these 2, and I took that line in the center of those 2, and I counted 7 over. And then on the 7th little notch there on that plate, I'm going to mark in, I think it was an inch. I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, no, we didn't see. Yeah, it was an inch. And then I'm just going to take my heat knife. I'm going to burn a hole where I made that mark. And anyway, then I'm going to go in through the back there to make my hole bigger. And if you get, I was going to show you, I showed y'all this. If you get any buildup on that one, that's kind of warm, just take your nail or something, just scuff that, and it takes the rest of that plastic off. But I'm going to take this chain. It come off one of the planters from the Dollar Tree. And I had made a floating shelf. Y'all remember the floating shelf like 2 years ago? I can't remember. And I had spray painted it gray, and I found it the other day, so I'm just going to use it to hang my plate. Now, you got to stretch it out real good, so you might want to get a pair of pliers. That's what I ended up doing. Well, I can't believe I showed all that, but anyway, and then you just smash it down and snap it if you can. That one was more stretched out. I think I'd already stretched it out, but anyway, and then that way so you can get it closed up. But, yeah, just take your pliers and just pull it open, and there you go, twist it down, and there's my hanger. And then I'm going to take these pretty ranunculus, if that's how you say it, I just don't know, and I'm going to hot glue them down. And then I'm going to take these little roses that I got from Michael's, and those ranunculus came from Walmart like years ago, and I'm going to take the little roses from Michael's, I'm going to hot glue them down, and I'm doing them like X formation. And then I'm going to take this beautiful mum and hot glue it down. And what I done is taken some eucalyptus with the ranunculus and rubber banded them together, and just, yeah. Anyway, and that's it. And you guys, I struggled with that for like, I don't know, 2 hours, seriously. But I don't know. I think the flowers look good. They look good to me. So if they don't, I'm sure y'all will let me know. So please let me know if they look terrible. But isn't that adorable? I absolutely love it. And I hope y'all like it too. Okay, today is the Just Our Imagination challenge. I host this every month with Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs. And last month's winner was Zaina from OK at Home. Y'all need to go check these ladies out. I will have their information in my description box below. And check out the playlist. You'll get tons of inspiration. There's usually so many talented girls in this challenge. I just really hope y'all do go check it out. And check out this month's challenge items. Yeah. Okay, right here, I got those three frames. I got three frames from, actually, May sent those to me, my good friend May from Craft Away with May, can't say her name. And, because I couldn't find them at my stores. But I just take the stain that I made originally, and I stained them, and then that one broke. I just barely touched it, it broke. It 3 different times in 3 different places. I'm like, what in the world is wrong with this thing? But that was the first time. The other couple times was when I was trying to hang it up. Yeah, seriously. So, I'm going to take this gilding wax from... Who is this from? I got it from Couture. It's Dixie Belle. Anyway, I know, right? And I'm going to put it all over the frames. And then I took black paint and I distressed the frames. You guys don't have to distress if you don't want. But this is... part of, all these are part of, what are those things called, you guys? Oh, no. They're garlands, and I got all those from, the bin store. The bin store is like Amazon, returns and stuff like that. And people open stores, and they sell that stuff. Like, I don't know, I can't think straight right now. I'm so confused. Anyway, so each of those are garlands, parts of garlands, and I just cut the florals out. And then I thought I was just going to lay them in the frame, but instead I end up just like taking certain ones from each garland and so that I could tie them all in together. But anyway, that's what I did. I didn't mean to confuse everybody. But I don't know what I'm doing here. You guys, I didn't even delete that. I just left in a bunch of unnecessary stuff. But anyway, yeah, so I took some from each garland and put it, and then I took some lamb's ear and I put it in all of them. You guys, I forgot to edit all of this. I've lost my mind. See, look at me. But anyway, I had not distressed it yet because I didn't know if I was going to leave them with the stain or the gold on the opposite side. I just kept flipping them back and forth. And here's where I decided to take black ink chalk paint from, black folk art from, whatever. I give up. That's what I did. Anyway, and now, oh my goodness, you guys are like, what in the world is happening here? If you're new here, all I can do is apologize. That's all I can do. Because, anyway, I'm going to take some floral wire, and I'm just going to make hangers. These things are really light. And originally, I just stuck those little wall mount things to the back of them and hung them. But right here, I'm going to take some craft sticks. Those are Dollar Tree craft sticks. And I'm going to hot glue them on the frames. And that way, my flowers, will have... Because I didn't want to, glue my leaves to the frame and nothing else. You know what I mean? I wanted something for it to hold on to. So, I just glued a bunch of the mess to that craft stick. Yeah. And anyway, I'm going to do the same thing for all 3 of them. Yes, I am. And then check it and make sure it's in the right spot, I guess. I'm so sorry. Anyway, let's move on now. I hope. Oh, no. Literally forgot to edit any of that stuff. That was a mess. I had to keep going in and stopping and starting. But aren't these pretty? I thought they were pretty and so simple. You can take any flowers and any greenery you have and just do that. Oh, no. What have I done here? For Pete's sakes. It's Crafty Crafterson time. Oh, no. Anyway, Lori Gray. Oh, my goodness. She recreated my bunny rabbit. She even gave it the floppy ear, but hers is so much prettier, and she went a step further and made eggs. I absolutely love this. It's gorgeous. Oh, my, oh. And Rhonda. Oh, wow. These are beautiful. I love these. I mean, they just, yeah. These are so pretty. And then, oh my goodness, look, Talitha, she made my He Has Risen and my little snowman I made a couple years ago. These are so cute. I love them. Of course, I love them. But you guys you did such a good job. All y'all have done a great job. And then Jamie, look at that, Hosanna. I said I need to make one of those. But that little birdhouse is so cute. But everything's just so pretty. I love it. I love it. And then, oh, Tina, look, her he is risen. I think that is precious. And then her bunny rabbit there. But I really like that butterfly on the he is risen. What it symbolizes. Anyway, great job, gals. Okay, you guys, here's one of the challenge items. It's the paper towel holders from Dollar Tree. I picked these. Why did I pick these? I have no idea. But anyway, so what I'm doing here, I'm taking wire ties and a lot of wire ties. And I'm just hooking them together, like right there. I know, it's like 2 inches overlapped, and I just keep wire tying and wire tying and wire tying. This one's crazy, you guys. And then, of course, after I get them all wire tied, you just snip all that mess off. Look at it. Oh, my goodness, it's so funny. But it ain't going nowhere. And then I'm going to take a pool noodle from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut it down to cover up. Yeah. And I'm just going to take my knife and cut it in, like, cut it open and try not to cut all the way through it. And, yeah, I had to run it a couple times. But, excuse me. And then I'm just going to slide it onto the center of my paper towel holders. Now, I don't have anything to put my paper towels on, so I'm going to have to make a paper towel holder. My paper towels is going all over the place. But anyway, and then I'm going to take duct tape, and then I'm going to tape all the way up this thing with that duct tape, you guys. I mean, I cover it, like crazy cover it. And then... oh no, I didn't mean to leave this in either. I thought that oh well. Yeah, I think it's over now. Okay, now, okay. So, Miss Danny Steinmeier sent me those skewers, and Miss Wanda Cruz sent me these dowel rods, and they were the same size. And I take Aileen's tacky glue because I wasn't thinking at the time, and now I gotta get new dowel rods. I have some left from the Ugly Truth gals, but anyway, I'm gonna... did I say I took Aileen's tacky glue and put it all over? Anyway, that's what I did. And I'm going to stagger them here. See how I'm doing? Only for strength. I didn't want to put them one on top of the other because I didn't know, like, if it would warp or bend. And then, so anyway, very slowly here I'm doing it. And then because, of course, it's a round surface, I took masking tape. Of course I did. And I started taping them together as I went. And you know, those things can be wool-worked sometimes. But anyway, yeah, I just lift up my tape, lay my skewer or dowel rod down, and just throw the tape back over top of it. Like, no one's ever going to recreate this. I mean, seriously. But I think it's cute. I'm going to give it to my mother, but for her to set out by her pool. But anyway... And then, so here, I was like, I ran out of dowel rods, of course, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I remembered I had those long skewers from Dollar Tree. I had 3 packs. Now, if anyone were to make this, and you had those skewers, the long ones, it would probably take 4 packs. To be on the safe side, I'd buy 5 in case you mess up. Like I did a couple times, but anyway. But I did go ahead and measure them and just started cutting them down because I was like, it's going to be a lot easier and faster. And plus, it was easier for me to work on top of the garbage can. Sorry, y'all. Not a pretty sight there, but it was rolling all over the place. And I was like, I can't take this. And then the heavier it got where the dowel rods were, it kept wanting to just turn. But anyway, I'm just going to do the same thing. Take Aileen's tacky glue and... put it all over, and then start putting my big old skewers in there. Yep. And again, take masking tape and tape it down. It's just easier, and it held them all in. It held them in place. But when I was done, I went ahead and wrapped it all with masking tape. And the last couple of skewers, I just slid up under the tape, and yeah, I did it my way. Anyway, I don't know why I'm showing you, but I did. And then I took and put a bunch of masking tape all the way around it really, really tight to pull it all close together and try to eliminate any gaps in these skewers. And then when it dried, I took all the tape off. And right here, I'm just going to measure out like I'm going to use a pizza pan also, sorry. And I'm just going to measure out, it's 3 inches to each corner. And I'm just going to trace that out. And then I'm going to take a nail and pound holes in my pizza pan. And originally I started just right there, but that just wasn't good enough. I had to go on further. But yeah, I just like did that and then flipped it over and kept going. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting my wire ties in my hose up through the bottom. Up through the bottom and then back down through the top, because I'm going to want them to fasten on the bottom and not fasten on top and have those, the clasp up there. You know what I mean? Oh, and then I'm just going to set it back down on top of the pizza pan and start tightening up my wire ties. Tight too. Very, very tight. I put them. I can't talk. I can't think straight. Can't remember anything. Y'all, I'm a hot mess. Hot mess express. Choo-choo. Anyway, and then make sure, nobody's going to make this, but if you do, and you're going to punch holes all the way around that, make sure you put a board up under, otherwise you will collapse your pizza pan. Ask me how I know. I put a big dent in mine, had to pound it back out. But anyway, and just going to do the same thing, wire ties all the way around it. And then snip them off. And then, what am I going to do? I'm going to sand it. Look, I sanded this down so much. Y'all, my dowel rods are like almost square looking now. Or skewers almost square looking now, seriously. And then I'm going to take these 2 signs from the Dollar Tree. I just don't know what mountain scenes. I wanted them just for this exact reason. They're round and they were smaller. And then I cut down some popsicle sticks and filled in some of those holes and put wood glue all over it. So that way I'd make sure I had a good connection. But, and then I'm going to put more wood glue and I'm going to glue them together and I'm going to clamp them together and I'm going to wait until they dry. And then, I might have waited till the next day. I can't remember. Yes, I did. And then I'm going to set my, that on those 2 round things I just glued together. And I'm going to take these Jenga blocks from Miss Yasmin Del Mondica. And then, thank you, Yasmin. Anyway, and I'm going to start, wood gluing them around in this like octagon-y shape. I don't know how many. I don't know if I have 8 corners or not. I just don't know, but that's that shape. And I put 4 in the middle because that's all it would fit. And then I'm going to put some rocks in there. Just them little tiny Dollar Tree rocks. Yes, I am. I need some weight, you know. And these, you guys, are the giant craft sticks. And then the biggest ones are called the... Wait a minute. I messed that up. The biggest ones are called... Oh, man. I messed that up. And I even froze screen it. I think not the biggest ones, but the size before the biggest ones are called Super Jumbo. That's right. And then the biggest ones are called Giant, because we're always like, which one? I get confused. Anyway, I took the Super Jump, not the biggest ones, the one down. And I'm going to take my pencil and trace out my sticks, and then I just cut them out, and I start wood gluing them down there. Now, I use just those sticks, except for 2 of them. And 2 of them I had to use the Dollar Tree. See, because of that gap right there. See, and I used 2 Dollar Tree craft sticks on each side. And then I just go ahead and finish doing the whole thing all over again. And then I'm going to take these dowel rods and cut them down. And I'm going to make like a little square around my inside that area where that one is laying, and I just cut out, see, there we go. And then I'm going to wood glue them down, and I wasn't paying attention, and I know they're crooked, they're not facing the same direction as the craft sticks, but I can't undo it, can't unring that bell. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going to glue all 4 of those down. And then, well, we're going to, yeah. And then, you guys, I lost some footage. I don't know what I did. I lost footage a couple times. But I took flat bamboo skewers and put them on there too. But I got that like 4 years ago from Restore It. And yeah. And I'm like, I've got to use this. It's going to dry right. But I'm going to lay it on top of my pizza pan there. And I didn't have any of the ones from Dollar Tree. And so, and I'm using this because it only cost me 99 cents. But I'm just going to cut it out. Use another pizza pan. Try to cut it out the best I can. Even with my knife. Sorry, guys. And I'm just going to go around the inside of it there. I know I'm going to cover it. So, and then, oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm going to take Fix-All glue and put it all over my pan and some hot glue. And that's how I'm going to glue it down. Oh, my goodness. Yep. Anyway, I don't know about myself. And then I'm going to take a nautical rope. You need two hoops of those or whatever. Two of them. And I go ahead and burn off the fuzzies the best I can. And then I'm going to take Aileen's tacky glue and put it all around and start gluing my nautical rope down. Because if this sets outside, it was originally supposed to be a plant stand. So if it sets outside, can't use hot glue because it'll just melt off. So we have to use something else. So I use Aileen's tacky glue and then just, of course, pin it down. And then I go around again, and I go around 3 times my pan there, my pizza pan. And then when I ended it, I cut it at an angle, and then to restart it, I cut it at an angle. And just put more Aileen's down, and you guys, it went together like a puzzle. Perfect. You can't even tell where it began and where it ended. You'll see in a minute. Anyway, so, and I just want to show you if you do that, you can make it to where you can't tell where it ended and where it began. But anyway, and I don't know what I'm still doing with that. But, and then when I stopped, when I'm done, I'm going to go back to where I started, and I'm going to flip the rope around, and I'm going to start with Aileen's tacky glue. I ended up having to take all those clips off, and they were in my way. And going with my glue like that, see? And I'm just going to start gluing my nautical rope all the way around. And Aileen's dries clear, so you're not going to have to worry about any, yeah. And I'm going to clip it all down. And this is what's left over. So I'm going to loop it around and make it, because I wanted some kind of design, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, look at what it's made out of. I think I could build you guys a couch and a chair with Dollar Tree stuff. Oh, no. At least the dresser. At least the chair, probably. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm being silly. Anyway, I just flipped that under, took Aileen's, glued it to it, and take some, for now, that tape and glued it down. You guys, I know I've told you all that I'm in early stages of dementia, and I'm really struggling these past couple of days for some reason. I don't know if it's because I'm tired or I just don't know why. I'm just really struggling. So just give me some grace, please. I need it. I'm a mess. Anyway, but, and then I take that braided jute and I lay it on the pizza pan so you can't see it. And I glued it on with Aileen's also. And then I'm just going to start, I don't know, just how far up I thought I'd like it. And I'm going to take that as either you can call it a smaller nautical rope or a larger jute twine. I just don't know. It's rope. And I got it from Amazon. And I'm going to glue it around right there. Yeah, because I wanted to cover up those holes. I had other plans, but I didn't have time. And then, see where I glued those flat bamboo skewers down? Yeah. And then I'm going to take that rope again, and I'm going to glue it around my octagon shape. I still don't know if it's 8, but glue it all the way up. I think it is. And then when I get to the top, I'm just going to go back to where I started, and I don't know why I'm showing this, and I'm going to cut it off. I told you this is terrible. Don't leave me, you guys. I love you. Anyway, I'm going to take this braided jute ribbon, and it's a smaller one, and I go around the top of the octagon and on the inside there, and you see I put those wood beads there. I know. I don't know about that. But anyway, you guys, here it is, all said and done, I think it's adorable. Look at it. And it's a sturdy little booger. And if my mother doesn't want it, I'll take it. I don't know. I'll do something with it. But hey, 2 paper towel holders and a bunch of other stuff, and you got a table. I can't believe it worked. Hope y'all like it and think it's cute. Yes, I do. Okay, the other items were a tin can, and a clothes hanger. Well, I was going to make a bird cage with my clothes hanger, and I ran out of time. But I painted my can in plaster. I gave it 2 coats, and then I'm going to take this beautiful rub on transfer from my good friend May from Craft Away with May, and I'm going to put it there on my can very, very slowly, especially when it's something round. I'm just like, oh no. And I'm just going to rub it and rub it and rub it and rub it and transfer the transfer onto my can. Most of y'all know, but if y'all don't, you just continue to rub it until you get it to stick. And then if any of it is lifting up when you remove your carrier sheet, which is the plastic sheet on top of it, all you have to do is lay it right back down into place that it was and continue to rub until it all comes up. No, it all sticks down. Anyway, y'all see what I'm doing. Y'all know. So, oh my goodness. And then, and then I'm going to just burnish it down with the carrier sheet. And then I gave it a coat of Mod Podge. Totally lost that footage, but I covered the entire can. 1, I wanted to seal my transfer in, and 2, I didn't want it to be shiny one place and not another. But I'm going to take this muslin fabric, and we'll see how much I need, and I'm just going to tear it down to that length, and then I'm going to see how much I need this way, and snip it, and tear it that way also. And then I'm going to take Beacon Fabric Tack Glue, and I wish I would have ironed it because that one end is crinkled pretty bad. But I used my straightening iron and ironed it out the best I could because I'd already started gluing it on. But I'm just going to take that bacon and put it all over my can there and glue that muslin fabric down all the way around, almost. And then when I get back to my transfer, I'm going to stop. Now, look, I was on Etsy and I saw something similar. And normally I don't, you guys know I didn't really copy this, and if I knew who did it, I would tell you, but they were all over Etsy. I was on there shopping for my daughter. I didn't know they had all kinds of stuff like this, but they did it with the brown paper bag and book pages, and I was like, oh, that is too cute. But anyway, so here I'm doing it with a rubber and transfer and some fabric. But, so, anyway, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm still gluing that fabric on my can. But here I cut out some scrapbooking paper, and I'm going to take that that Beacon Fabric Tack Glue, and I'm going to glue that scrapbooking paper on. And just going to, well, I needed 2 pieces, so I'm so sorry, you guys. I know, I sound horrible all the time. And, I cut up my 2 pieces and then just, of course, added what I needed. It was like 2 inches, y'all, of going all the way around. But whatever, you got to do what you got to do, right? And then I do the same thing on the bottom, but it's different. It's gold stripes. It was some of that, it was like, you know how you get a scrapbook and paper, and in the book they give you these little thin sheets of different things. That's what this was from. So I just cut them out and used them. And then I'm going to take this scrapbooking paper from Miss Trina Thorne. She got that Dollar Tree. I really like that. It's pretty. But I'm going to cover the inside of my can with it. And then I'm going to take this little white lace that I have, and I'm going to take that Beacon Fabric Tack Glue, and I'm going to glue it on my flaps there. See, one way and the other. And then I had cut down my clothes hanger, you guys. That's more footage but y'all don't need to see. And then I cut it down and cut it down and cut it down. And like I said, I was going to make a bird cage, and I was like, I don't have time. Then I was like, I'll make a mini bird cage. And I was like, I don't have time. And I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to throw some handles on my can. So that's what I did. I bent them down. I put 9 pearls on them each. And then I'm going to take some of that, some more of that muslin fabric after I bend the handle back. And, then cut some of it off. And then, like, make, like, a little loop, you know what I mean? And just hot glue it. And I do hot glue 2 little white pearls on each end. Yep, see right there. And then, make a loop on each. Yep, still doing that. And this is how we do. Hey, you guys, don't forget to go check out the playlist, Pretty Please with Sugar on it. Yeah, I think you guys really, really will enjoy it. So many of y'all say you get so excited for it. I'm so excited y'all come here. Y'all are amazing. I just love you all to pieces. And since I'm just doing this nonsense, I can just talk to y'all. I told y'all have a good Easter last week. I really thought Easter was Sunday. That's how delusional I am. And then Brenda told me, no, it's next week. And I was like, oh, so just our imagination. I didn't know. I don't know if I'm coming or going. Seriously, have no clue. But anyway, I'm just going to snip off that excess, and then I'm going to put some of that lace all the way across it. And then I take 2 little pink pearls, and I put them on top of it. I'm sorry, y'all saw all that. And then I'm just going to roll this back and tack my fabric down. I hope y'all like this. I know I could have done better, but I was really pushing 10. 10 literally. And then I put a little pink here it is, you guys. I threw some flowers in it and set it up on one of those candle stumps. I can't remember the name of it. And I think it's pretty. I could not find an image that I want to use, and I love that, but I think it was a bit big and it's hiding too much of it. But I just threw some peonies in there with some lamb's ear. And that's that. And again, I hope you like it. But here is everything, you guys. I'm sorry. I know. I'll do better next time. But, it will be Easter this time. So, I pray y'all have a happy Easter and safe travels if you're going anywhere. And good church service and fellowship with one another. And, yeah, tell me all. Oh, my gosh. Look at that. I'm a disaster. But tell me what y'all think. So... we're getting so close to our 30,000, you guys. And I was going to give away those 3 frames right there, but then I broke that one, and I'm just like, you know what I mean? And then, you guys, when I do a giveaway, you have to email me your address. Otherwise, comments get lost in, I'm backed up like 2,000 comments. I'm constantly going in, answering. And it's like, I still haven't got caught up from 2 years ago. But... yeah, I haven't gotten addresses for one of the giveaways, and I'm going to redraw names, you guys. Anyway, I love you all. Y'all have a blessed week, and take care. You mean so much to me. Thanks for coming back every week. Big hugs. Mwah. Bye.